lioness mane where you're like Beyonce, you know, you're like, what? I'm sorry.
Well, it was ridiculously long and just like it's way.
Yeah. Our hair, it kind of needs to be a certain length to not be crazy, because mine's at crazy level.
I can't.
Like this dries, I take it out, and it's a mane of hair. That's like, okay. Okay.
Why don't we talk about
It
hair
just
some
looks
more?
like a...
We'll talk about hair
We
as
will.
much as we want.
We
Yeah,
are.
sure.
Okay, you want to know what's
Douchebags.
so frustrating? So
Having hair?
yeah, so
Frank's
fuck
like,
yourself.
oh no.
I was
Yeah,
in a-
you hated your beautiful curls, your curl fro. Do you remember how beautiful Frank and Jeremiah's hair was?
was not fair.
Just gorgeous, beautiful hair.
that's
And they're like,
it.
You
I
your
hate
hair
it.
right off
I
your
hate
head.
it all the
Shoot your hair
time.
right
And
off
you're,
your head.
I know, that's what I mean. And then their hair's like, you know what? You don't like it? Fuck you. You know
No.
what? If you don't like
No.
it,
I will exit the building.
you don't like me? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't need to be here then. Shit.
You guys, it's called severe
That's what I
depression.
Yeah. Your
You
hair
know
was
what's
severely depressed, and then it passed it to you as it fell off. What?
I was in the bathroom getting ready, and Jason comes in there, and he's like, "I've lost 4 pounds," and I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "I've been eating right this week," and I'm like, "I've been working my ass off for a month, eating right, working out almost consistently,
Yeah, you were doing it a lot.
5 days a week, like, and I've lost a total of 8 pounds. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You've eaten right for 1 week, not even a full week, and 4
Yeah.
pounds down. And I'm like, get out of the bathroom. Just go away.
Get out of the bathroom. That's one of
guys.
those, remember that text that you sent where you're like, I love you, but I'm not happy? That's that moment. I
Yes.
love you, but I'm not happy right now. Get the fuck
Like,
out.
come on.
Look, Danielle, here's what it is. Okay, I'm convinced of this. It's a combination for females. Absolutely. It's a combination of muscle atrophy. I think our bodies do not want muscle. They're like, no, we need fat for babies. I feel like this is real. I feel like this is a real thing. We need fat for babies. Screw muscle. They're like, we need a little muscle. We need to be able to walk. We need to be able to hold things. We need that sustained power, but we don't need fast power. And men are the opposite. They need fast power. Like, we need to kill, and we need kill energy. And I feel like that's why, if they're freaking metabolism, like Frank will do the 90x, whatever the thing, and he will just
And he's
trim
like-
down, just
he's
be
like,
like,
"I have
I've been doing
abs."
this for 3 months, and he's got abs. And I had to take pictures of his ass to show him that he looked really good. I was like, what are you talking about? He couldn't see it, of course, because you don't see it as it goes. So I took pictures. I don't know if you remember this. We were upstairs, we were in the hallway, and I was like, I will take pictures of you, Frank, and show you that you look so good. You're seeing in the mirror something different. You have a little bit of body dysmorphia. And I took pictures of him, and he was like, oh my God. And I'm like, right? We do that for 3 months. We look the fucking same. Why? Because our bodies do not want, especially our bodies. There are some females out there who they're as trim as men. They have something else. I don't know what it is about metabolism. But our bodies, they're like, you need fat for babies. So fuck you and fuck your diets and screw you, because that fat because all the fat that goes to babies, it's on your ass. It's on your legs. It's on your arms. All of the fat goes to our babies. And our bodies are like, I'm sorry, I don't think you understood the assignment. You're not supposed to be 6-pack abs. You're supposed to be making children. You're like,
It's not
you know
fair.
what?
I took care of the
You don't
children
do it anymore.
making parts. so
I'm
sure,
done
go
with that, okay? Our bodies have not got the memo. So I think the key is figuring out, number one, if you have any food allergies, that's a huge thing. But number two, it's just consistency. I think it'll take us twice as long to get to the space, and it's so frustrating, but
And you'll get it back
there,
twice
man.
as fast.
You just have to keep showing up. Just keep showing up, even though it's like, fuck.
Well,
And then Jason walks in like, I lost 4 pounds because I sneezed too hard. You're like, I hate you. I hate you.
but dude, It's definitely true. But even if two things, even if you don't lose as much weight as you want, as quickly as you want, it's really good for your heart. So instantly, you're gonna live longer than Jason and I. Like, we're gonna die quick. And so that's
I always tell him when he eats terribly, because sometimes he goes on a bender.
I had another point, so I'm just gonna go for it. When he goes out of bed, I just wanted to give you shit.
Joke with him of like, make sure your insurance policy.
Yeah.
Like,
No, your life insurance. Yeah.
Keep it updated.
The other thing too is Victoria's right about the muscle thing. Guys can obviously gain muscle easier because of testosterone, but muscle is actually requires more calories and instantly boosts your metabolism because it has to have more calories. So that's why they say if you really want to lose weight, do weight training. Like, cardio is not the way to lose weight. The real way is weight training. Gain muscle, you'll burn more calories instantly because your muscle just requires them. So
you know how fat actually leaves your body? I looked up the scientific way.
It's breath.
It's just breath.
Mine's out my ass.
I'm like, literally, you're telling me to breathe more? You son of a bitch.
Well, and think about when we were wearing masks.
You're like,
wow.
We couldn't breathe. Everybody gave
Think about when we were wearing masks.
When you are breathing, you're breathing out fat into your mask.
And then you're breathing it right back in. No, I'm just kidding.
F my life.
No, but that'll be the start, Frank. That'll be the start. Did y'all say, remember when we were masks? Everybody's like, oh my God, yes. Like, that was like 2 months ago.
I'm out.
I'm not staying for this. So, but when I watched the scientific thing, I was like, oh, duh.
Go ahead.
COVID denier. Jesus Christ.
I never wore a mask.
What?
I didn't even get the vaccine. I went to the vaccine place where they were all doing it, and I breathed on everybody without a mask.
I wonder how.
And I said, "You're not immune yet." That's what I kept saying.
Oh my God.
Takes 5 to 7 days. I didn't either. I didn't either.
Hey.
Until I moved over here.
You're happier for it, aren't you?
I feel like that's until I moved near children, because I'm never around kids.
Yeah. Because you hate them.
I'm always around older people who are like, get away from me.
Yeah,
I don't like the smell of them. I can smell when they're around. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's called, they don't know how to wipe.
I'm like, ew. No. What was I gonna say? Freaking about the breathing thing. Yeah. So what I do, here's okay. You know how we have butts? I want legs. Okay, we have legs, but I mean, I want muscle in my legs. And what I've realized,
I really want a pair of legs.
You can have an ass or you can have legs.
Well,
you can have an ass or you can have legs.
They might not have seen your lower half. Maybe you don't have legs.
You don't know. Did you just assume something about my body? Anyway, so the thing is though, I want muscle in my legs. And I've realized, I'm like, that's what made me say that to you, Danielle. Because I'm like, wait a second. We don't have a lot of muscle in our legs. Like, we do. It's not showing. And people that do bodybuilding, they always talk about if you're having good skin. And what they mean by that, they don't mean like your skin's clear. They mean your skin shows veins. It's vascular looking. Some people's skin, it's really hard to get that. So I don't think we have the skin for it to show our muscle like crazy. That's why we want a tan. We're like, can we get some color? Can we get some definition? Because you see these, oh my gosh, you see these beautiful dark-skinned ladies and you're just like, look at your muscles. You're so strong and beautiful and shiny because it pokes out in different areas and it highlights. And we don't, number one, I really don't have that. You have the ability to have that.
I tan.
Because you can tan. I do not. But I'm like, I need to build muscle in my legs. And so I am doing so many jump squats. You know it's a lot. And I do burpees. I do all the things. And I can't see shit happening, but I'm like, I believe so hard. I pray to Jesus. I'm like, please, Jesus.
You should.
I literally do. I pray to God. I'm like, please, God. Give me. I'm doing the work. Please.
Look up Carrie Underwood's leg. It is like, it has before and after pictures of her leg, and it is like insanely amount of muscle tone.
Okay, I'm putting it down. Hold on.
She's really pretty.
I will, because I was just looking at it the other day. I was like, I'm gonna find these bitches on YouTube who are like, oh, I found one chick, and she was like, I'm naturally gifted in the butt area. I'm like, okay, same here. Hi, welcome to party. What's up? And she's like, but I don't have legs. And I'm like, and she's like, here's all my leg workouts. I'm like, bitch. They're gone. She grew them back through fucking strength of will.
I just like hearing somebody say, I don't have legs. When they
don't have the legs.
Carrie Underwood. So,
I know the people without legs are just silently
They're
crying.
screaming
in the background.
Look at her legs.
Wow.
Oh my god.
So
see what I mean?
That's impressive, dude.
I
She was on. I watched the Netflix show Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. Jerry Seinfeld hosts it. It's a great show. Highly recommend. But yeah, she was on there because he does comedians, and she's just so funny and like goofy and like down to earth. Like she's a cool person.
Down to earth.
Yeah, she was chill as fuck.
I swear, every like country singer star somehow keeps this weird. See what I mean? And I used to think that was a bad thing, that was too muscular. So many times I've been told, well, don't do this because you'll be muscular. And it's like, hang on a second, bitch. Whatever the fuck my body looks like when I'm muscular, not like bodybuilding level, just fitness level. Yeah. Fuck you. I'm healthy as hell.
Yeah.
So if you don't like it, don't look. You know what I mean? You get told so many times, you're gonna lose your boobs. You're gonna lose them. They'll be gone.
They can go
what happened, Casper?
I fucking hate it. I don't know. She is Casper though. She's literally glowing from the inside out because she's like, preach, bitch, preach.
The camera's
Dude, no, Danielle, you look like you're You look like you're just like, listen to me. I know the answers. Carrie Underwood. And then God's like, ah! And I'm like, I know you're right. I can feel it in my heart right now.
She has a song, Take the Wheel. So take her wheel.
Yeah.
Take it. I love that meme
song
where
is stupid.
Jesus take the wheel. It's a dude in a carriage, but it's one of the carriage wheels coming off. They're like, not that one. I'm like, oh shit, Jesus. She's like, you ain't going that direction anymore. I'm not taking this wheel.
Yeah, but that's like Jesus Take the Wheel is like the in Talladega Nights when Ricky Bobby's with his dad and he blindfolds him in the car and he says, now just drive. And he starts touching the steering wheel and says, I can feel it. He's like, I feel like the car's going to drive itself. And then he drives and then veers off left and drives straight into a house. That's Jesus Take the Wheel, dude. It's fucking stupid.
No, I think the beautiful thing of it is it's like you let go. This is one thing I'm trying to embrace right now. Like everything that you want to happen in it, like, I guess if you're reasonable, I guess, maybe even not. Some people, they have huge yachts and that's what they wanted and they got it. So I don't know. And like the Ariana Grande song,
to the point.
or Ariana, I don't know how to say it. Sorry, I just freaked out. Anyway, I want reasonable, simple things. And I think it will happen. But the big thing is just let go of it. Just do the work and let go of when it's going to happen. The when is my problem. I'm like, but when? You know, when? You know, I get mad. And it's like, just let go. Just let go of it and just do the work and it will happen eventually. And I watched this guy the other day say that. He was literally like, you go to the gym, what happens? He's like, you go to the gym, you work out, you come home, you look in the mirror, and nothing's changed. And he's like, you go to the gym the next day. Same month after month. You're going, and you're wanting to see all these changes. He's like, eventually it will work. It has to. And he's like, but you can't see it immediately. And the more you focus on it, the more you're not going to see it because you're paying too close attention. You never get that time span where you're going, oh, shit.
You almost
like,
need to
I'm way better.
Yeah, you almost need to like not.
That's what I'm saying. That's the let Jesus take the wheel. Let go. Let Jesus take the wheel. Just keep doing the work, and it will happen eventually. People are in groups.
Welcome to the podcast.
Not all of that.
The suicide line
Tori,
right
God
across the
damn
screen.
it.
Right
Stop
across
bringing-
my face.
Stop bringing depressing shit to this. You keep it to yourself and live in your
I
dark
admitted
little...
to share it because
No,
I
live
can't
in
deal
your
with the
dark-
trauma by myself.
No,
Share
you
it
live
with
with
your
that.
dang snake in your room.
Yeah,
You can share it
you
with him.
fuck.
I do. I do. I talk to him. I'm like,
Hey,
"How
yesterday,
you doing,
an entire
bud?" He's
family
like,
was murdered by the kids. It's like,
that's
okay,
so
sick, dude.
by the kids.
Thanks.
So it wasn't the entire family. You're like, no, then they really went to town.
Okay,
Because they
let's
shot each other at the same time.
Jesus,
Come
take the wheel.
Jesus.
I'm out. I don't want it.
Yeah.
Take the
No,
trigger.
that's what I'm saying,
That's the
Victoria.
American version. Jesus, take the trigger.
Yeah, Jesus, take the trigger, dude. Jesus, take that trigger. Take that trig.
Jesus saw the trig today. You're like, oh
Over.
shit.
Tori, I swear to God,
Go
you
to the
bring
comments,
one more.
people. Go to the
you
comments.
bring one more depressing story to this thing, we're booting your ass.
No,
We'll
not.
bring a
I started
stand-in.
out. I started out nice. I was talking about Danielle's hair being beautiful. Then I was trying to cheer her up and support her through her journey. And then you're like, I'm so funny. And then I bring up one depressing story and suddenly I'm the killer.
Yeah, you are, you fuck.
No.
Look, my thing's funny. It wasn't.
There you
It
go.
wasn't
He's
funny.
thought about
Let me
it.
explain. Let me justify my bad actions.
Wait a second. It's not funny. I'm sorry.
No, I knew that, hey, we shouldn't joke about suicide. We shouldn't, because people are depressed. Anyway. Dude,
Frank
Victoria.
has a twin here that works in the gas
Yeah.
station.
You're telling me about that.
I can't deal with it. Every time I see him, I want to talk to him like he's
Is he
Frank.
older than me?
Yeah.
Is he older than me?
I don't
Does he
know.
still have
I don't
hair?
talk to him like personal things.
No, I'm asking
No.
because
He's losing his hair.
is it curly at all?
He's got He's got really short hair, but he's got blue eyes. But his facial expressions, his whole vibe is like you. Like he's standing there completely still. And you walk in and he's like, how's it going? I love every fucking second of it. I walk in there, I'm like, how's it going, dude?
Okay,
He's like,
we the next time we
So
go there
chill.
to visit, we all need to go in there.
I will. I'll be like, this is the dude. This is the dude I told you about. He's like, oh, your brother. I'm like, this is him. You guys. It's like that fucking. It's like the husband story where you bring two husbands together because you're friends.
Yeah,
Girls are friends.
you're trying
You
to
both
defend
like
him.
baseball, so you'll be friends because you both like baseball. Dudes are like, we're adults. That's what
Seriously, dude,
Don't manage your life.
don't set me up with anybody. That's all I'm saying.
I'm setting you
Don't-
up with him.
I know.
I'm like,
now,
let me tell you about my brother.
now that he has a girlfriend, we'll start making friends for him.
No, no. I'll
We're
abandon
like,
this
okay,
family.
we got the girlfriend handle. He got the girlfriend handle.
I did the
we'll take
girlfriend
care
by
of the friends.
myself.
That's who we are.
Don't worry about my
That's
friends.
what I said.
I
He
don't
got
want
the girlfriend
friends.
handled. Now we'll handle the friendship thing. It'll be a long distance. You'll both get space. You'll love it.
No, I don't
But he's
want a
so
long
chill.
distance
And
friend.
like, I walk in, I'm like, what are you doing? And he goes, I'm like, it's my Friday. That's how I walk in. It's my Friday. And he's like, I was like, how are you doing? And he's like, it's actually my Monday. Your Friday is my Monday. And you are so much like my brother. I'm like, that sucks, man. I'm going to go home and play some video games. And he's like, yeah. It doesn't even say very much ever. But then he'll have this like one, like you don't know when it's going to come, but you're like waiting for it. You're waiting for it. And then suddenly he'll be like, and you're like, ah! And then you leave and you have the best day ever because you made him smile a little bit. I worry about him. Anyway, he reminds me of Frank.
worry about him.
So does he look like me or just remind you of me?
His
He looks like
personality.
you, but then he has this personality that just makes it that much more, you know? Like he's not perfectly exactly like you,
Obviously.
Yeah.
but for
brother.
some reason that personality just sends it where you're just
Does
like,
he has-
you're like Frank.
Does he have like dad features?
No.
Oh yeah, you mean he really could be
No.
our brother? Yeah.
It could be.
No, I know. I get what you're saying. I picked it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go there with it. You guys are so much more pessimistic than me. I don't think like you guys.
Oh, okay, Miss. Tell us about Suicide Squad.
I know, but I was talking to the guy. So
We're
he
gonna
didn't
talk
kill
about it
himself,
more?
and I'm happy about that.
That's good.
We got to take our wins where we can get them, guys. We got to take our wins where we can get them. Look at the positive side
isn't
thing.
winning yet, so.
Placebo effect. Danielle's already.
So much editing.
The crazy thing is, you can just take potassium and it'll kill you.
Okay.
Dude, actually, yeah.
Let's not tell people.
Well, no, you can't. I don't think you can get it. I was just saying, if you look up lethal injection, it's just vitamins.
You can just buy it in the store. You can buy it in the store.
All right, Victoria, chill. Okay.
So.
Just tell your kids about it because it's dangerous.
Do you know that they sell? Did you guys know though that they sell powdered caffeine? Like literally, you can buy a big tub of powdered caffeine. Yeah, it's insane. And actually, probably a year ago, some like trainer took too much on accident and killed themselves. Yeah, just powdered caffeine.
What about nicotine? Can you buy powdered nicotine?
I don't know.
It's good for the brain. I'm not joking. I feel like you guys are like, you son of a bitch.
Nicotine's regulated way more than caffeine because you have to have an age and everything. So I'd imagine you can't. But caffeine, dude,
but
caffeine.
It's weird because caffeine and nicotine are both caffeine?
I know, but you know, life. But
yes.
Can you imagine just having powdered caffeine? Like you could just put it in water.
That's the best thing. You can choose whatever flavor you want. It doesn't have to be coffee. Maybe you hate coffee.
That's insane.
You want to put it in a lemon flavored drink.
I'm never buying it. No.
I do buy it because I buy pre-trainers, which is that's what it is. So, you're like, powdered caffeine? I'm like, I've got like 3 containers of it. I'm looking at them. Yeah, I buy it. It clearly says on the pack, though, not to have too much.
Yeah.
But men don't read directions.
It doesn't say that. Don't have too much. LOL.
Yeah.
Messed up.
Don't you want to see that on the package? It's like, no, it's like those little Debbie cakes. Only have one. LOL. We know you won't. Fuck you, little Debbie's. You don't fucking know my life.
Well, they instantly come in packages of 2 anyway, so.
I know.
Fucking pricks.
That's the funny part. They're like, LOL, there are 2 in this package. Like, fuck you, little Debbie. Self-sabotage.
Dude, little Debbie, is it little or Lil? It's little, right? Little Debbie.
Little.
Dude, those things taste like ass.
Little.
After eating them when I'm older, they taste like butthole. The only good one that I like, well, there's 2 I like. I like the oatmeal.
Ho-hos?
No.
Oh,
the oatmeal
those
cookies.
are evil.
Yeah.
God.
But too many of them definitely make you sick. But then the Star Crunches. Those 2 are still good.
I don't know what that is.
The Star Crunch was the crispy one.
That, I've never understood crispy until someone did this. Then I understood. The crispy one.
It's the...
You're like, okay.
You know what I'm talking about now, though?
Yeah, it's like a chocolate cookie made of Rice Krispie treats on the outside.
Gestures. He's like, the crispy one.
You know what I'm talking about now, though?
The crispy. No. The Rice Krispie treat.
Well, no, it's
Okay, Victoria, it's a brown cookie. And then, but on the outside, it looks bumpy because it has
I know what you're talking about now. I know what you're talking about.
No, you don't.
Those are good.
Okay,
Yes, they're like round, and they got the hole in the middle, but they got crisps on them, and they're covered in chocolate.
No. No
Oh,
hole
it's a
in the
different
middle.
one?
No hole in the middle.
Oh.
I think almost what you're thinking about is the, yeah, she's thinking about the Samoa cookie, the Girl Scout Samoas.
Oh.
That has the coconut on top, and it's brown with the chocolate stripes.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about Victoria.
Peanut clusters.
In the package. It's in the package that has like the stars all over it. The little
like,
Debbie.
Don't do this to me.
Victoria, remember the brown
you
cookie.
said it was depressing before.
Remember the brown
Danielle's
cookie.
getting depressed.
Remember the brown cookie that had the Rice Krispie treats on. Shut your fucking mouth. The brown cookie, Rice Krispies like on the outside, so where it looks bumpy, but then when you bite into it, it's chewy.
I'm picturing that. There's no hole in it.
No, Victoria.
I can feel it when I bite into it in my mouth.
And it's
I'm
chewy.
feeling it now.
It's like a little bit of a crunch,
chewy.
but chewy.
It's real chewy.
Yeah.
So I'm just picturing it wrong in my head.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
picturing the Samoa,
Well,
but I think you're imagining the Star
right
Crunch.
thing. I found out today that Paris smells like pee. What is that about?
It's called a city.
Oh, there is no hole. No, I was picturing that. Yeah. Thank you, Danielle. No, but I didn't know apparently
Victoria,
it smells
it's
like
a
urine.
city. It's a city.
But everyone says,
Portland
but I
smells
don't
like
go to-
urine.
Okay.
It's called being a city.
I know.
It
I've
smell like
heard
pee.
New Orleans.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's built on booze.
I want to go there so bad.
Sorry,
You want to go to New
you know
Orleans?
it's only a 14-hour drive from here?
It's not
14-hour
far.
drive. And guess what
To
else
where?
is to New Orleans? New Orleans. 14 hours.
That's not too far away at
Victoria, this is perfect over here. I'm just saying. Also, New York, 14 hours away.
all. Okay, here's the
Driving.
thing though, Frank. Do you remember that show? One of the most romantic shows we've ever watched, When Harry Met Sally. Do you remember that show?
Actually, you know what? I never watched that until about 3 months ago.
We had this go.
4 months ago.
Let me bring this up. Do you know when she says she's talking to the guy that she ends up being with, but she's talking to Billy Crystal, right? She's talking to Billy Crystal, and she's like, "Oh, it's great, blah blah blah. I always used to say that we didn't have any kids, and it was fine because we could have sex in the kitchen if we wanted to on the tile floor, or on the floor, or whatever." And she said, "But then I realized we never do. It's a hard tile." She's like, wouldn't be pleasant, but like they never do. So it's like, yeah, it's 14 hours away, but will we go? And if the answer is no, I'm going by myself and I'm going to get killed by somebody. I'm sure of that. So that'll be on you both.
Danielle and I
Because
are
you
already
were like,
planning our
It's
Disney World
14
trip.
hours away.
I
We don't even really need a plan.
Here's what
Yesterday,
you don't know
my client told me,
about
let's
me.
go to Seattle. And you don't even know the feeling in my heart when I was just like, I want to leave right now to go to Seattle. I am that person where I'm like, let's get in the car and let's go, because who cares? Who cares? It's Friday. Who's going to yell at us? We don't have rules. That's me. That's my personality.
Yes.
So I
which
will
is
go.
Good, but you don't know me because I plan things and make them happen. So we will go to. When is your
2 years we're going to Disney World too with the boys. When they're 8 and 10.
and your
Disney World.
Yeah, Florida, the big one, the good one.
What? So I don't know that story. Why is it better?
Disney World's better because Disney World has 4 real parks that all have theme rides in them, and Disneyland in California has basically like 1. I think they technically have 2, but they basically have 1. So Disney World is just much bigger, and you're gonna get a lot more there. And yeah, and then also what's next to Disney World is Universal Studios.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
But
go.
Disney World, Victoria, I've been to Disney World. I've obviously been to Silverwood. I've been to Six Flags. I've been to what the hell was it called? Another one down in Florida. And there was one more that I've been to. All the theme parks. Disney World is the ultimate theme park. It is fantastic. It is a great experience. Even Bill Burr, a curmudgeon, went to Disneyland and said he had a great time.
Okay, I'll go because one of my favorite ever time going to a theme park was Movie World in Australia on the Gold Coast. And the best ride was the Scooby-Doo ride. And it was a child's roller coaster through a tunnel of Scooby-Doo-ness. And it was the best thing ever. We went backwards. I can't even deal with that. I was like, ah! I was a child. It was amazing.
Mhm.
And everybody at the end, it turned around. We went backwards. We're like adults. So just like, oh my God. Love it.
Disney
Every
World has a
second
ride
of
like that.
I love it. Because it's just a surprise. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Disney
am
World.
very happy, though. It's a
Disney
good
World has like Star Wars rides that you can go on. They have a Guardians of the Galaxy ride that you can now go on. They have Avatar Land that you can go to. Yeah, there's just literally, dude, one of the best rides is a Toy Story ride where you sit in like this little just a little cup thing, and it takes you on a little track. But
I feel like
there's shooting things all throughout because there's 2 guns on your cart that you're in. Everybody's individual, and you go through and you're shooting stuff at different stations. Like you go to a station and it's like, okay, shoot the targets, and then the next one it's like, okay, shoot the cowbells or something, and whoever you try and see what high score you can get. Dude, that one is a lot of fun. That one has the longest
I
line.
feel like I want to do that. The only thing is, I think, you know what I think a great episode where, like, you know how on TikTok they'll stitch other people? I think a great question would be, what is that scene? What is the music? What is the context of the Disney movie or Pixar movie, whatever, that you've watched that immediately, like it resonated with you? And the moment, every time I hear a little bit, well, the only time, mine is Toy Story. And it's when Buzz has that, you know, the music that started at, you know?
Yeah.
Buzz gets up to the thing and he realizes he can't fly. And he falls
down the stairs. And
he just lays there and he's like, and I'm like, that's my moment where I'm like, the real world comes slamming down. Gravity hits him like a ton of bricks and his wing comes off and he and freaking Woody finds him with the hat on and he's drinking tea with the little girl because she's stolen him. And he's like, you see the hat? I'm Mrs. Nesbit. And you're like, like, exactly. Because you can't fly. That's my scene. And so if I was in that little ride and the music started, I'd be like, now.
No.
Frank's like, shoot the things. I'm like, I'm dead. It's okay. Because it just gets me every time. That's
Victoria.
my thing. I
No,
can't.
your energy would change instantly because the whole thing is happy.
If it's happy. But if they
Of
start
course,
playing
Victoria,
that
it's
sad music where I've got to like
Victoria.
come out of it.
Victoria, that ride is a fun. There's no thing there that's depressing. They don't try and depress you. They want you to be happy.
No, stop.
It's not like they show there's a Lion King ride and you watch Mufasa die.
Oh shit.
It's so sad.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Victoria, it's there to be a good
we can
time.
make our own lightsabers.
It's true.
What color options?
You can also go and pick out your wand at Harry Potter Land.
My coworker and her 2 sons that are, I think, 19, they just went to Disney World, and the biggest piece they wanted to do was Star Wars, and they made their own lightsaber. Like, definitely the highlight.
Did you see it?
Are they the cool lightsabers or the shitty ones?
Cool ones, and you get to pick your color, and you get to pick.
I
Like,
think
Can I
I'm
make
going-
dual lightsabers? What if I'm a dual lightsaber?
Yeah, you can make it. You can make a
Probably.
duel. Yeah, you can make a duel. Of course you can. There's Darth Maul. Come on, dude. I think I'd go purple. I think I would have to.
You can't do purple.
Yeah, I
They
can.
screwed
Fuck
over
you.
Mace Windu, so I don't feel like you're the swords master to hold on to purple, Frank. I think you need to read the lore a little bit
then-
more because you're not Mace Windu.
You're
He's
not.
a sword master.
You're not a dual lightsaber then.
I guess we're gonna have to fight.
If you want to fucking fight me, I'll.
I think you both should start taking fencing lessons.
Nope, I'm not gonna do that.
I want to so bad.
I would just throw my lightsaber at her, and as she's cowering to try and not get hit, I would charge her.
That's not that count.
I'm throwing a lightsaber at her.
I'm holding a lightsaber. What's the one thing that repels a lightsaber? The thing I'm holding.
Yeah,
And I've got
when
2
you
of them.
have skills, you don't have any skills. It would hit you
Can
in
you
your.
throw a lightsaber with it? Doesn't it only turn on when you're holding?
It doesn't.
You can arc it back to you because you have force powers.
We're not literally in the Force. I'm talking about real life here, people. I would throw a hunk of fucking plastic at you, and you would cower.
Wait, for real? And I was like, no, you didn't hit me because I have a shield up. I have a shield up. He's like, get the fuck out.
I was so with you, Victoria. Like, a second.
I'm literally like, we're actually fighting.
Frankie's like, no, I'm gonna throw my metal lightsaber at you.
Yeah. I'm like, what are you talking about? I've got crazy skills.
Right, should we get...
Oh yeah, it's been about 45 minutes. All right, let's talk about the book. It's been a second since we met though, so.
I know.
But tomorrow we're meeting for 3 hours, so just saying. 8 a.m. Is that what we said, or 9?
I'm sick
9,
of you guys
8,
already.
6 and 8. Is it tomorrow 6 and 8?
Yes, 6.
6
Okay.
and 8.
Lay him straight.
Welcome
Okay,
to the
okay.
welcome. Just welcome. You're welcome. How about that? You're welcome. This is
We're back,
this,
bitch.
This is a podcast, and it's not very successful, but it still counts as a podcast. So just saying, there's no
It takes
grading.
a while to be successful, Frank.
Gotta put in the work.
Plus, if you want to be that successful, I mean, you're not dressing the part. I'm just saying.
Are you kidding me? I wore my nice hat.
I know. You're like, are you kidding me? I look amazing. That's kind of energy we
Look at
want.
my
Okay,
look
keep
at
going.
my hat. It does have a name. This podcast.
Frankie's
We forget it
like-
because we don't care about it at all, and you shouldn't be watching it. So
You shouldn't be here.
if you could leave now, that would be great.
We don't want a
Please
successful podcast.
Look,
That's our
if we get
plan.
successful, I'm gonna be pissed.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
that's
I'm
more
gonna
work.
quit. If we get over
Even mildly
1,000
successful.
views on an episode, I'm not making another
That's
one.
too much. Even if we
I'm
get
not
10,
making another
I'm upset
I'm
about
gonna
it.
wait 6 months for the hype to die down.
I'm gonna actively like stalk people that have liked it and question them vigorously. Like,
Yeah.
why would you waste your time? What
I'm
you have
going-
nothing better but it.
Anybody
Your life
that
sucks,
likes this
obviously.
or subscribes to this podcast, I'm gonna cyberbully. How about
Oh, don't! Goodness, we-
that?
Get out of here.
Yeah, leave. Turn off your camera. Hold on, I'll do it.
This whole time we thought that I was a killer. We find out who really is the killer
Yeah,
when
you wanna see
Danielle
this?
is cut from the podcast. I actually like that better.
Goodbye.
I like it better.
She's the voice in the cloud. Hello.
I'm like, hello. I was doing that in the car and for a while before I realized. And I said to my client, I was like, it's like a spooky ghost. For a while, I was driving. I was just like, woo, woo. Just not saying anything.
You're
Victoria
good
is-
And then I'm like,
surprised
I'm like
your
a
clients
spooky
are like,
ghost.
Can you ask her not to come back?
They all want me back. That's when we're like, can we have her for more hours? I'm like, I don't have any more hours.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Especially like, let's not get depressed, Jared. Let's not get into it.
Let's
I was
Welcome
gonna
to
get
the
into
podcast,
it. Yeah.
everyone.
What's it called?
Unseasoned reviews.
Unsizable
No,
remarks.
We're not talking about.
Unsizable.
That's not where
opinions.
I was going with that.
I did, Danielle. I went there.
Not the same way.
That's not the first time Frank's offended. I was not gonna go there, and you can't go there before I do.
Exactly.
Fuck you.
Don't ruin my
Whoa.
jokes. Don't ruin my
Don't you
shitty,
take my-
corny jokes.
Your dad.
They're not dad
Welcome
jokes.
to
Dad
Unseasoned
jokes?
Reviews
No,
this
no,
week.
no. We are stopping for 1 second. They are not dad jokes. Dad jokes suck a-hole.
Grandpa.
It's like
Grandpa
puns.
jokes.
People that like puns, and I don't care if you both do too. Puns suck. I hate them so much. When people love puns,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. The thing that we cut
He's so
earlier,
angry
I'll
he
do
can't
that.
even make words out
I'll
of his
do
mouth.
that. The thing
You
that
know
we
why
cut
he
earlier
can't?
because we thought it was too far, I'll do that.
Someone is so bad when they can't finish their own sentences. You know what?
I fucking-
will.
I love them.
I hate them.
I love the sounds. The sounds where they're just like, you're like, okay, work through it. They're like, give me.
Dude,
You're like, I know. I can feel it. I can feel the energy right now. Just work through it,
Tell you
man.
something.
Breathe.
Text me later when you.
I just want to gouge my eyes out. It's like a Hallmark movie to me where you're watching, you're just going, please, Jesus,
I
take
like
the
that.
wheel. Take that wheel,
I like
Jesus.
It's
Okay,
so
so if you
understandable.
need like a refreshing author, this isn't great. If you need.
Why is it not for me?
Because it has like
You don't need it. Frank,
I've read
just
love scenes
earmuffs. Earmuffs.
Is this a movie?
It's books. If you want,
I can't have love
Okay. You said you don't like Hallmark movies.
because they're cheesy and don't feel real.
They are real, Frank.
What's one of my favorite movies of all time? Tell me.
Saying you don't love
The
love.
Notebook. What's
You
another
just
one?
The Notebook.
About time.
You
About
just
time.
said that
That's
you
what it
Frank,
is.
the reason
I can
why
still talk.
this is weird. The reason why you like The Notebook is because she has dementia. We all know that. Go on, Danielle.
Yeah, because
Lord have
she
mercy.
ends up messed up in the end, and I hate women. That's why I love that movie.
Okay.
Like, take that, you
classic.
old broad.
If you want, in between our heavy books that we've been listening to, Penny Reed
I guess I'll just stay depressed. Go ahead.
is so. I love her. Very witty and funny, and there's
Penny
romance.
Well, she's got a stupid name. How about that?
Reed. I like her name.
Penny Reed. What is she? She's the smallest currency.
No, but Penny and then read like you're reading a book.
Yeah, it's a Penny Reed because it's worth nothing.
I don't like Penny.
No, you say, what are you, Penny Reed, a dime a dozen? And she's like, you fucking son of a bitch.
I love her. You should listen to her. Her books are amazing. I also love the people who narrate. All right.
Welcome to the podcast. Unsizable
Welcome to
moments.
the podcast. And so, yeah, every time we just say it wrong.
Yeah.
And
Unseasonable weather.
seismic.
Unconscionable.
Volcanic eruptions.
Yes.
Yes,
Unconscionable.
absolutely.
Unquestionable authority.
Yeah.
decisions.
Frank's dream job.
Dude, no. I don't want any authority. Dude,
I don't
that's-
either.
Yeah, no thank you.
I always say that's
No,
above my
thank you.
pay grade.
Yeah.
It's above my pay grade. When people are like, God said, and I'm like, whoa, you have a lot of balls. Above my pay grade, baby. Not even gonna go there. Not even gonna decide what God said. Not even gonna do it.
I like
But
to be
people
that
say
person.
that kind of stuff all the time.
I like to be that person in the crowd that conspicuously will shout out a criticism and make it seem like somebody else did it to get the crowd going.
Yeah.
That's the person I want to be.
I want to be the person who like does the same thing, but in a positive way. Like I'm hyping them up, but they don't know where I am. They just feel good inside. Like Danielle was glowing earlier. I want to make them glow from the inside out. That's who I want to be.
I want to make them burn from the inside out.
Have mercy. Victoria
sorry.
is Poppy from.
I'm the poppy plant from real life.
No, you.
'Cause I'm
are
like
Range
heroin.
from Troll. You're
I make
great.
heroin, and I make
no,
people
I'm
think they're
like-
happy until their lives are destroyed.
And I have all their money.
Jesus. I have all of their money. All of their money
Welcome.
and their happy dreams.
Welcome to Unshareable Moments.
Charitable feelings.
I am God himself, and these are two demons that I am conversing with to talk about the beginning.
I prefer the name Nephilim.
You're straight a demon from Lilith herself.
That's what demons are.
No.
Sorry, why don't you read a book, Frank? Unseasoned bullshit. Anyway, hi, welcome to the podcast, everybody. Okay, go on.
That's not what demons are.
Read it.
Nephilim are the children of angels and humans. Suck it.
The angels that birthed them were fallen angels.
No.
That's not. But what's
Yes,
a
it
demon?
is.
But what's a demon? But what's a demon? That's
A
not Nephilim.
fallen angel.
So there's the difference.
They're demons then. They're half demon, half human.
But that's half, not a demon.
Oh my god. What do you think sides would get
Fucking
win?
racist.
A demigod. A daemon. Daemon. Fuck you. Read a book and a dictionary.
Listen, this
Can
is
we do
this
this
is.
podcast?
Listen,
I
I'm in
gotta
my
get back
Jesus
to my
age.
other
I'm in my
life.
Jesus age. I'm Jesus aging.
He just turned 33. He feels like Jesus right now.
I am glowing.
Bear with us.
From the sweat of all the meat I ate, and I feel great.
Yeah. And he also has the right to bear arms.
Literal bear arms.
Literal ones.
arms.
That's what I was imagining. Furry fucking arms.
We're so stupid. Stop hitting the fucking desk. Don't fucking touch the desk. Keep your arms. I'm gonna tape your arms down. Is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tape your fucking arms down because you
He
can't.
has the right to bear arms too.
Yeah, and they're gonna be straight out like those casts, and she's just gonna be stuck there like this. So she's gonna be doing the podcast like this, and then when she needs to turn and look at me, she won't be able to.
I am Jesus. You're like, oh my gosh. Okay, let's go.
I'm on my Jesus arc. Yeah, I don't have any other names to make up. I was gonna try one. I don't have anything. So, what did we read, everybody? Class?
I forgot.
Brent?
That's my high school career in a nutshell. I don't know. We read Brent Weeks.
Shadow's Edge.
Say it. There you go.
Yeah, because the series is called The Way of Shadows is the first book. The Night Angel trilogy.
What are we doing?
No way.
Yeah.
You did. The Way.
Well, The Way of Shadows was the first book. And this is the second book. So we read the Night Angel trilogy.
The Night Angel trilogy.
It's the trilogy means 3.
Okay.
I know that. And then this book was like Assassin's Creed. And it was really good. Read it. All right. Goodbye,
oh my God.
everybody.
Tie it back in. The Trinity, Frank. The Trinity. You're Jesus. Who's God here? I want to be the Father. No. Danielle's the Father.
I want to be Daddy.
I'm the Holy Ghost.
Oh. And instead of the Father,
Frank,
the Son, the Holy
arc.
Ghost, can we say Daddy? The Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost.
We call him Sky Daddy.
Okay.
We call him Sky Daddy.
Sky Dad. Cloud Daddy.
Who wants
That
to...
makes me feel better. I say father in the idea of father because it's like I don't have one.
Let's talk
Welcome
a little
to the
bit
podcast.
about Brent Weeks.
The Daddy, the Orphan, and what would the Holy Ghost be?
We just call him Sheets.
Sheets.
Hey,
Daddy, Orphan, and Sheets.
I want no part of this.
Because he wears a sheet
Anyone
like a
who's
ghost.
listening,
Ooh.
I want no part
Daddy,
of this.
Orphan, Holy Sheets. See, that was the demons getting out of you. You're welcome. No, where are you going?
She's leaving.
I don't know where she's going.
Father, Daddy has left the chat.
No, she's Holy Sheets.
Oh, she's Holy Sheets.
Yeah, you can either be Orphan or Daddy.
Ghosted, like usual.
Yeah. Yeah, she ghosted us. Okay, we have to pause. We can't go on. Let's not do it.
Where'd she go?
I don't. She said something. I couldn't hear her. She had to get something. It could have been.
I bought
Do you want to go?
strawberries.
So we're going to Shake Shack for lunch. Oh, she was getting something for her eyes because we were making her laugh so much. You're welcome. That's like I said, I'm on my Jesus arc. I'm just a giving person. So we read the Night Angel trilogy is what we're on, and right now we're talking about book number 2. What's it called?
Shadow's Edge.
Shadow's Edge. The first book was called The Way of Shadows, and the last one's called Shadow some shit.
Beyond the shadows.
Beyond them. So they're in the light.
Far, far beyond them.
Yeah, and it's written by Mr. Brent Weeks.
Why do you keep asking questions like you don't know the answer?
Brent.
I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure.
Talk to our editor. Editor?
I don't
What's
know.
it called?
Brent Weeks.
There's no one over there. I'm just talking to the wall.
Do you want to tell them a little bit about Mr. Brent Weeks?
Yeah, he's a father to 6 children.
He has no cats. Well, he has 8 cats.
6 children, 8 cats. He was an accountant, and then
The cats are children, and the children are cats, so it's confusing. But go on.
I was actually gonna try and make it serious, where we made up a bunch of stuff about him, and then, but it could actually sound believable.
Well, it
Be
doesn't.
sued.
What is he gonna sue us for?
I don't know.
They said I have 8 kids.
Because he calls his children cats. Treats them like kitty cats.
What do we want to know about?
I heard a
Brent
funny
Weeks?
joke today.
Brent Weeks.
It was people who own dogs want the dog to be a person. People who own cats want to be cats. I was like, that's true. Frank definitely wants to be a cat.
No. We'll go to about Brent Weeks. He has his own website. Ego much.
Okay.
Sorry, if you're an influencer of any kind, you're a straight up narcissist. Not throwing any shade, just telling you exactly the truth. Go on.
So his bio says that in a small town in Montana at age 12, he met Edgar Allan Poe.
No.
No. Well, he was
Danielle is the worst in the police station.
It said he
He's
met.
the worst in the polies station.
It says he met the 2 great
She's
loves
like,
of his
no.
life. That's what
No,
it
we
says.
didn't. You're like, shut the fuck up, dude. She's like, it didn't happen that way.
It says he met the 2 great loves of his life,
I
Edgar
know
Allan
that how
Poe.
you said it. Hey, guess what? His best friend in school was Ed.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Just how you said it, it made it sound like he literally met Edgar Allan.
Well, obviously he's dead.
They played on the swings together.
I know exactly.
He had his skull in his lap while he was on the swing. So
He also met the love of his life, Christy Barnes. So
Oh, and great.
yeah. Anyway, so that's Brent. He does read
What a
all
class
of his
act.
emails. And it does say that he's a little narcissist.
yeah,
Which makes sense because he has this website.
it'd be easy if you only got 5 emails a year, but whatever.
What are we doing today? You guys.
Let's talk about the book.
We love you, Brent Weeks.
Yeah, Brent. No, Brent. Dude, this book
Sorry, Brent.
this series has been good. Like, this is Victoria's favorite series, so it's fun. We show our
just
love by
never know.
poking fun at people.
Awful.
Listen, I'm balding, man. So you're a redhead, but at least you got it. You know. I don't actually. That might be worse to be a redhead.
Hey, and
half
actually,
hair than to be balding.
brown doesn't actually exist. You know, brown is just a darker orange. So everybody's that's brown haired is a redhead, really.
Yeah,
just
but you
have
don't
more
look. The
obesity.
point is looking like a redhead sucks, and Brent's a redhead.
Yeah, looking like one. Yeah.
So
No, he's right.
fuck you, Brent Weeks.
Please stop. Whatever,
You're
man.
the
This
worst.
is your life. This is my Frankie. That's
Take your ginger hair and your 5 emails and get the fuck out of here.
Ah!
No, Brent. Listen, you got hair, man. You're doing better than me.
And he's also sold 1 million books and
Yeah.
won awards. I mean,
I just care
He's
about the
doing
hair. If I just had hair, I'd be fine.
Yeah.
I could be a bum somewhere.
He had to sell those many, Danielle, so he wasn't stoned to death for being rich.
okay, yeah. I listen.
All right. Yes, let's get into the book. Okay, we're getting into it now. I don't
Just saying,
remember
it's
what
pretty
happened.
easy to be successful when you're forced to be successful.
I don't remember what
Be
happened.
successful or die. I'd probably
Okay,
do a pretty good job
Victoria,
too.
Victoria, don't you
Okay.
have the physical book, don't you?
No. Yeah. It's like 2 weeks ago.
Do you?
Don't call me out like this, Danielle.
The back of the book?
Yes.
I know you
What's
have
it
that
called?
original book.
The
You have
Edge of
it in your
Shadows?
fucking.
Give him a little taste, and then we can talk about what we thought.
What I tell all my girlfriends.
Just
This
a little
is
bit.
not the right book. This is not the right book.
It's got some weird girl on
That
it.
is not the right book.
The
Just
Edge
a
of
little
nowhere.
Do you want to fly with the eagles? That's how I started out. It always goes well.
Here we go.
Oh.
All right. Oh yeah, Kylar.
Oh my god.
Kylar Stern has rejected the assassin's life.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, I remember now. I remember how it starts. The God King's successful coup.
It's like we read it or something.
A long time ago. The God King's successful coup has left Kylar's master, Durzo, and his best friend, Logan, dead. And he is starting over. New city, new friends, and new profession. But when he learns that Logan might actually be alive and in hiding, Kylar is faced with an agonizing choice. Will he give up the Way of Shadows forever and live in peace with his new family, or will he risk everything by taking on the ultimate hit? Devour this blockbuster tale of assassination and magic by Brent Weeks, which has delighted readers all over the world with over 1 million copies in print.
Boom.
Edge of Shadows, bitch. Yeah, so you remember from the last one, Mr. Kylar he killed the God King's son that was taking over Scenaria, and he kills him, and then he's meeting with Doll Girl, whose name is now, what's her name? Eileen? Aline or Eileen?
I say
Aline.
Yeah, Aline.
Yeah. And they decide that they're going to be together. And that's how book number 2 ends. And then they also have with them.
Frank, we're reviewing book. Are you talking about book number?
I'm talking about the end of book
He's
number 1.
setting it up. He's setting it up.
Okay,
yeah.
well, you just said that's how book number.
Thank you. How about that?
That's true. You did say that.
Fix your focus. How about that? Because you're out of focus. Idiot.
I don't want to be on this.
You want to know? You want to know some things you're doing wrong? Do you want to know some things you're doing wrong? Jesus Christ. The defensiveness is just at an all-time high.
It is. It's like, you know what?
But you know what? Do you guys understand? Hold on. Let's just say
I've been holding on to this for a year. I've been holding on to this for a year.
Let me just say this. You guys know why I do it though, right? I do it simply just because it's funny. I'm just trying to be fun. I don't mean it. Like okay. You're out of focus, who cares? But
I mean it every time. Okay.
All right. Don't hit the goddamn.
Stop hitting the table.
Stay on task.
Okay.
Yes, let's do this. So Kylar kills the God King's son. That God King's son was actually the rat. His name was just Rat, right?
Yep.
So the God King's son was actually Rat. So Kylar didn't actually end up killing him in book number 1, like he thought he did, because then Rat had to go into hiding, and it put his plan back for years to actually become the person that could take over Scenaria. He ends up taking it over, and then Kylar kills him in the end. Aline and Kylar have this beautiful moment where they're trying to figure out if they should be together, because Kylar wants to be with her and he wants to give up his assassin's life. And they also have Durzo Blint's child, who doesn't have a family because the woman Mama K, who's the leader of the, what's the criminal under gang?
Vonda, her sister.
Hold on, no, Vonda's stupid. What's the criminal under city called?
Vonda and Durzo
Victoria, hold on one
supposed
second.
to have had the child.
Yes, I know, but hold on one second. Just what's the criminal undercity? What's the criminal undercity called?
The Sakaj.
The Sakage. Sakage. That's how it's pronounced.
Sakage, sorry.
Sakage. No, you're good. Danielle and I have to listen to the audiobooks, and Victoria gets to read them because she's an asshole. Yes, so Durzo and Vonda, we thought it was their child, but it ended up being Durzo and Mama K's. But since Mama K is in a position of power, she didn't want the child to basically be used as leverage against her and end up the child being hurt. So she doesn't openly say that the child is hers. She only visits it sometimes. So that child basically doesn't have a family. Durzo, Aline, and the child go off to a new city, or they're going to travel to a new city and start a new life away from everybody else. Logan, the guy that was going to be king until the God King's son took over, he ends up jumping into a pit where basically the worst of the worst criminals live, and they even eat, sometimes they'll eat the prisoners that are thrown down there. They're cannibals and stuff. Just the worst place in the world. Is there anybody else that we're missing that we need to cover?
what about his friend?
Brent.
What?
The other kid that grew up with Kylar and Dog.
Jarl. Yep. Jarl.
Okay, so think of it like a wheel. So we have Kylar going off to start his family with Eileen and Yuli, and they're going off into away from Scenaria into a land that's more safe so they can have a normal life.
Yep.
And then we have Jarl, who is Kylar's child, Kylar and Eileen, previously doll girl, their old best friend.
Might be Eileen.
And he has gone fully into the criminal lifestyle and done very well for himself. So we have him, and he's worked his way up from being basically a prostitute all the way up to having some power, being very close to Mama Kay, who is the head of the 9. She's the top of the criminal underworld. And then we also have Logan Geyer. And Logan Geyer is...
Gyre.
Huh? Gyre?
Yep, Gyre.
Logan Gyre, he has the vote of all the people. Everyone wanted Logan to be king. He was noble. He looked the part as well. He just exuded this benevolence that people thought a good king should exude, and he actually was that person. And everybody could tell that, and they wanted him to be king. He was. They tried to.
Noble families.
Pride of the noble families. The Gyre family has run this town. Well, it's run the upper side of this town for a very long time, while Mama Kay has been ruling the Undercity, the criminal underworld, this whole time. But Logan Gyre, he gets married to Janine, and Janine is the king's son. So of course he gets thrown into jail. They try to throw him right into jail, and they want to kill him. But instead of, he foils that plan, and he ends up jumping into the Maw, which is the deepest pit of the prisons. And he has no other choice, so he jumps down there, and it's basically a place that is kept away for what they consider animals. They're not prisoners. If we had tiered prisons like we do, it's the highest maximum security prison you could imagine, with the most deadly, most dangerous, most despicable criminals you could imagine. So it's a deep pit, drop them in there, and then there's an even deeper pit below them. They call it the Maw because it's basically like an asshole. It smells like sulfur. It's going down into the depths.
Well, Maw means mouth. They call it the Maw because of the
at the opening, rock. And they go in, and then they call it the hole.
That's called the.
It's like getting. It's like yeah, that's true. So we have these 3 major players.
Yes.
3 or 4 major players who have all kind of split up. They're all living completely different existences. Kylar is living the upper side of civilization, trying to just be a normal, everyday suburbanite, basically.
He's kind of living like a merchant. Yeah.
And then we have Jarl and Mama Kay, who are ruling this underworld criminal space, and they're trying to maintain control.
While the God King and his armies have taken over Scenaria.
Yep, they've taken over Scenaria, and they have just... They're the most brutal force because the God King, Ursul, I don't know, how do they say it?
Yep, that's exactly right. They're
Ursul
They're similar to the Crasians in Peter Brett's books.
Yes.
Similar. That we did in podcast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just saying if you want to hear about that.
Yeah, if you want to hear, well, I have some thoughts. We'll get to it later. Anyway, listen. So we have the God King Ursul. So we have 4 major points that we're going off. We have Logan Gyre's story, where he is basically living a life of affluence until he gets thrown into this prison. He lives a life of a nobody, the absolute dregs of society. We have Mama Kay and Jarl, who once were in the most powerful position ever because, number 1, they were secret, and number 2, they had connections over basically everything. They knew everything that was going on. But now we have God King Ursul, who's come in. He has taken control of Scenaria. He is the most brutal person that anybody has ever experienced. And so the talk of the town for him is do not cross him, Gareth Ursul. And then we have, did I say Kyler yet?
No.
Yeah.
Kyler is living a suburbanite's life. Basically the I see no evil, I hear no evil, I speak no evil. He's trying to live that existence where everything is good, everything is kind, even though he is basically built to be a warrior of justice.
Wait, there's 3 you said.
4.
Yeah, I know, but you've said
We have
3.
Logan Gyre, Mama Kay and Jarl,
Yeah. Yep.
Gareth Ursul, and Kyler.
Yep.
They're all split up, living completely different existences. Some close, well, they're all close together. And basically, we're going to see how they come together. Then we're going to have a few other characters come in who are really going to clinch how they come together and why they come together and what that means. And those side characters are extremely interesting, which is one thing I love about Brent Weeks is even the side characters, you want to know their backstory. So we're going to get into it right now. Let's go.
A little bit.
Just a taste.
Where do we start? I mean, we could talk about a little bit about we could talk a little bit about Kylar's life.
Well, let's start with the God King and what he's done to the.
I mean, he made it so much better, and
amazing.
Yeah, and he's turned a lot of people
all over the place.
Heads are on poles, and each people are statues.
Weekly, they have to draw straws. What do they draw? And the person with the.
So imagine your state is made up of counties, so except on a smaller scale. So there are more counties. I think there are like over 10. So these counties have people that are in control of them, and he makes all these people come up one by one, county by county, imagine it like that, and they will draw straws to see who will be culled from this county. And all he's doing is trying to assert his dominance and power and control by saying it's literally my choice and the luck of the draw, when really he's giving people the idea that number 1, you can't escape this, and number 2, is it really the luck of the draw, or do I know who I'm going to choose to die?
Right, and then he makes those people from the county murder the person that's right. So it's like then your own people turn on you and cull you.
Yep.
He's not doing it; your own people are. It is crazy, crazy.
Amazing strategic mind. Absolutely awful and evil, but amazingly strategic.
Yeah.
It's just.
So Danielle, what I think you're thinking of though is he did that to his own soldiers, and he did it because they failed and his son died.
No,
so,
it talks about it. He does it each week, and
he keeps doing it.
Yeah, he keeps doing it to these people because it talks about this father and son who was part of the culling, and the father draws it, and the son. It talks about how the son feels about that. It's the townspeople that he's doing, and it's
he does it to everybody.
Yeah,
he does it to the soldiers first. Yep, that's the scene. That's one of the first scenes that we're introduced to in the beginning of the book, and he does it to his own soldiers. The thing is, that's the point that Gareth Ursul wants to make. Is I am a god. He's called God King Ursul because he is considering himself a god, meaning that nobody is above him, and nobody deserves respect. Absolutely every single person is being judged the same. His own people, these new people, all of it to him are just numbers and power. It means he doesn't care about his own people or these new people that are coming in.
Well, I'm in my Jesus age, so I can do the same thing.
Danielle's the holy sheets, so why don't you step up
guys?
a little bit?
I'm orphaned.
Stand task.
Okay. Yep. So that's God King Ursul, terrible person. We get to see how he rules the city throughout, and then they're going to try and take back the city in different forms and different ways. Then we have Kylar and Aline and Yuli, and they make it to a new city. They start living with this merchant lady that takes them on, and they're under the guise of being married, even though they're not married, because obviously it'd make it seem easier.
He's an herbalist.
Yep, and the lady is an herbalist, which is perfect for Kylar because Kylar learned a bunch of poisons from Durzo Blint in book 1 and studied them constantly and knows so much about them that he's even better than her. So Kylar believes that they could work together and he can just live a merchant's life and give up the assassin's life. The constant battle that you're going to see with Kylar and Aline is that they aren't married and they're kind of... Aline is holding back from Kylar and she's not giving herself fully to him, and it's talking about how she's what is it, why is she's scared of...
Aline is she's a religious person.
Right.
And Kylar is more of a spiritual person. Kylar is living a life where he exists in the reality of what you are made to be. You are just good at some things. That's just the way of the world. Like, Aline is living a life of strict rules and doctrine that tell you how you are supposed to conduct yourself, the behaviors you're supposed to have. And one of those is that you save yourself before marriage. And so they have not been together. Kylar is more spiritual in that we've been connected this entire time. I've been with you this entire time. I've paid money out of my pocket for your entire life to keep you in this state. We are married. There's a difference.
Well,
but
I think
Aline isn't.
I think the bigger conflict between them is that she doesn't want him to be a wet boy. She doesn't want him to use his
And Kylar just wants her to be a wet girl.
Okay, I'm so done with this today. She doesn't want him. He's been gifted.
God damn it, Aline!
I don't.
God damn it!
Why are we here today?
And then once the wet girl comes along, we get a whole bunch of confusing emotions. Everybody's fucking confused. Anyway,
yes. Sorry. You gotta admit though, how can I pass that up?
No, that was good. That was good. I didn't expect it. That was the best part. So I was like, no.
Sorry, what were you saying?
You know when you don't want to laugh at something, but you're like, it's too good. I'm laughing. It's already happening.
Kylar...
That's the worst part, because you're in a meeting or you're at school and you just can't stop laughing because you're like, I shouldn't be laughing right now, but I am.
When they tell you not to laugh, man, it's like, well, that's all I'm gonna do.
Moment.
That's all I'm gonna do. That's the
moment where your eyes squint so hard that it hurts, and you're
like, I'm gonna do it.
Deal with it.
It's like the Tim Robinson when he says, "No, this door's a pole. I was here yesterday," and you're gonna force it. Remember that, Danielle? In the interview when he's like, no, this is a pole. And remember, and he keeps pulling it and he's looking back at the guy. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but Kylar, she doesn't want Kylar to be a wet boy anymore. She wants him to stop.
Right.
Danielle's done. So you're gonna see that struggle because Kylar's fighting it. And the other thing that's crazy that you're going to start seeing is Kylar is in this new city, right? So he doesn't know anybody, which is great. But when he starts to just go out, he sees trouble happening and he has all the skills to stop it. Yet he's made this promise to his woman that he's not going to be violent. It's not even just killing.
Kind of.
He literally made a promise saying, I won't be violent.
He did make a promise. She's
if
saying...
good men stand back and watch evil happen.
I didn't take a side.
I am. I'm taking one. And Aline's wrong.
She realizes she's wrong.
Whoa.
She does. And that's one of the beautiful parts.
Let's spoil it.
Listen.
You know what, Frank? Why don't you keep going with your promises and stuff?
I'm not following. Kylar
made a promise.
Kylar made a promise. I promise. I was gonna say something. And Kylar is out there in the city just kind of exploring, and you have to see him fight this urge to basically say, I know exactly how I could stop this. even without killing people, but I'd still have to be, you know, violent, obviously. And yet he wants to be with Aline. And to top it all off with their story is everything's fine, right? And Kyler actually learns the herbalist business, and he starts helping people, and he's saying like, I could really make a go at this. And then who shows up at the city? Jarl.
Who shows up?
Jarl shows up. Yep. Well, we'll just like, obviously, what does Jarl want? Jarl wants Kylar to go and kill the God King. That's what Jarl wants, because the God King has taken over. And who should you get? Well, Durzo Blint's dead, the best wet boy ever. The next best wet boy ever is Kylar Stern. So it's literally like, this makes sense that Jarl would come to Kylar. Now you think that you might have an idea about what's going to happen, but let me tell you this, you don't. So, little arrogant asshole.
Let me tell you this.
Shut your mouth.
Let me say this. I'm going to bring this into the situation. This is extremely difficult for Kyler. Okay, so basically, he's living in an existence where he has his two friends that he's known for his whole life on either side of them, either side of him.
Mm-hmm.
You have Aline, who's on the side of you need to be pure and purify yourself by choosing to act in a way that is not violent to anyone. You choose to be gracious. You choose to be kind, patient, all of these things. Then you have on the other side, his other best friend for his whole life, the only people he's known growing up, when he had nothing, before he was anybody, when he was nothing, these people were around him. You have Jarl on the other side, who's basically saying, you have been created, you have been formed into a tool. You chose that. You chose that life to become this tool, and now you're our only hope. And he's got these two forces on either side of him, pulling him in different directions.
You know what
and
it's almost like?
What will he do? It is sad. It's a hard decision.
Dude, it's like a trinity. And he's daddy.
It's like
and Jarl's an orphan.
And I'm Holy Sheets.
And Aline is Holy Sheets.
Damn it. And it's awful.
Well, and the biggest carrot that Jarl brings to him of why he should do it. Yeah. What decision are you gonna make?
Oh, yeah.
Jarl says, this is why we need.
What does he say?
Because Logan Gyre is still alive.
Yeah, but we know that. We know Logan
Kyler
Gyre. Kyler doesn't know.
No, but Kyler doesn't know. Kyler has been sitting
I'm saying
there.
You guys don't have to save it in the podcast. You guys are like, I don't know if we should tell them that Logan's alive.
You know what? No, she's not doing that. She's suspending it. She's doing suspense. She's like, who's alive? What's Jarl say? And you're like, for Kyler, it is a moment of what the F? This whole time, I abandon all of those things because you have these two people that are on either side of him, Aline and Jarl, who were with him when he was nothing, when he was Azoth, a totally different person.
Slut.
And then you have on the other side, Logan Gyre, who Kylar as Kylar grew up with, because he didn't have anything. He had to learn. He had to learn to be Kylar. He once was Azoth, who had nothing and was nothing and was considered less than nothing, Azoth. And then he became Kylar, and Logan Gyre was there to be his first friend.
Yeah.
And the only reason that he left is because Jarl was gone off doing his own thing, being successful. Aline had nobody because
Eileen. I don't know her name. I don't know her name.
Just
I'm
stop.
sorry.
She had nobody because the God King had invaded and they were in danger.
Yep.
Or was about to invade. And so Kyler was like, okay, this is my option. My only option is to take her and Yuli away and save them and be a better person. And I can do this. And suddenly he figures out Logan's still alive. And the God King is not going to let him live because he's the rallying force that the people might use against the God King because everybody agreed with him this whole time. Ursul isn't going to let Logan live, and it could be any day that he finds out he's alive. So if I don't go back and save him, what kind of friend am I? And his whole new life is because of Logan Gyre's friendship, because he was stuttering and lost. He didn't even know how to speak to anybody who was at the level Kylar was supposed to be at. And Logan Gyre, being the kind, benevolent being that he is, he befriended him immediately and would never not be his friend. And he's alive, and not only is he alive, he's stuck in the worst place imaginable. A place that you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy.
Oh, I would.
So Jarl's come to tell him this, and he's been warring with himself this whole time, and he's been secretly going out and trying to save people because he ain't getting any sex at home. I'm sorry, I said it, but he ain't getting anything at home. And he's frustrated about that. So what does he do? He goes out at night and he's like, I'm gonna get rid of some of this energy by protecting people, the thing that I know how to do the best. And then Jarl comes along and says, the one person that really needs your help, no one else can help him but you. No one else can get him out of there but you. Of course he's gonna freaking have a tug of war. So, damn. Then, enter one of the coolest characters that I always loved. I think it's Vi. I don't know how to say her name if it's Vi, because I always called her Viridiana. But if it's not Viridiana,
it's Vi.
What is it?
They call her Vi.
But how do you say the whole name?
Like you said.
Did they never say it?
Yeah.
Oh, but they still say Vi. Anyway, okay. I would think V, because Viridiana. Anyway. So Vi comes along. And she's one of the most interesting characters. She's been trained by the most brutal wet boy in the city. If Durzo Blit was the best, Hugh Gibbet was the worst. he was great at it, but he loves blood. He loves Nisos.
Exactly. Like
Is it
loves
Nisos? Nisos.
Nisos.
He actually likes the killing and the
Yeah.
So
it's not short, sweet, and to the point.
It's not a job for him.
He likes to draw it out.
Well, how they described it is that Durzo Blint would go in and he would do it to where nobody would even know that he was there, whereas Hugh Gibbet goes in and he says specifically if he has time, he will take his time with killing that person and torturing them and cutting open all their insides and just getting all the blood out of it. He makes a
spectacle of it.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Loves it. And it's part of his religion. He follows that Nisos, I guess is how you say the god, which is basically like a god of blood, of death, of like,
blood,
show me
wine,
everything that's
semen. It's fluid. It's a god of fluid.
So he
Sounds
loves
like an awesome
the
god,
flow
personally.
He loves the flow of blood. So Vi was trained by this man, basically stolen a stolen innocence. But for Vi, she had already had a horrible life before Hugh came along. So, I mean, it's a classic.
Whodunit?
What is that? No, it's a classic. What is that story? What is that thing? Trauma story, where you're raised by people that traumatize you, and then someone new comes along, you think, oh, they're a savior, and they're not. They're also traumatizing you because you have no idea of what reality is and what good things are. So Vi comes along, and she's one of the coolest characters ever. She like has the best backstory. It's so sad.
It is sad.
So
and
sad.
Basically, she has been set up by Hugh to want to kill. What's his name? Kylar. Thank you very much. I forgot his name. Kylar. Yep. And so that is going to be her mission in this book, is to kill Kylar. And she's working for Hugh, and Hugh's also working for the God King. So she's also
of course, Vi is working for the God King.
Yep. And she's very good too, because she is a very beautiful woman. So she uses that to lure men in, and then she can easily kill them because she has the skills to do so.
The crazy thing is the way that Brent Weeks puts it. So basically, Aline and Vi are the same person. They both have blonde hair. They're both very beautiful women. The only difference is Vi has never lost her beauty, and that has not been a good thing for her. She's been detrimented by it.
Sorry, Victoria, but isn't Vi a redhead? There is a woman that looks like Aline, but she's not Vi.
Daedra. Yes. No, Vi also, they explain her as a blonde. Unless she's wearing a wig.
Yeah.
When she goes into the God King Ersul, she's blonde.
I feel like she's a redhead.
Guys, it doesn't matter.
It does not. Okay,
Anyway,
sorry.
But in Lean, she's been scarred because of Kylar's indifference in the beginning, or Azoth's indifference in the beginning in the first book. She's been scarred on her face.
It wasn't indifference. It was not having courage. That's different. No, it's not. No, it's not. Indifference means you don't care. Indifference means you don't care.
All right.
Kylar, Azoth was scared to
then
take
his
action.
Hesitation.
Yes, you could say that.
So his hesitation, now Eileen is scarred, and that has left Kylar with a scar of the knowledge that if he had acted sooner, maybe she would have had even a better life than she did. No one knows this, of course, so it's silly to have that kind of guilt, but he does. And so Vi and Eileen, it sucks for Kylar because he's stuck in between these two women. One who is always looked at as sexual, but she's actually not sexual. She doesn't have those feelings. Her body doesn't respond to it. Yeah. It's all a game to her and act to her because of the way that she was treated when she was young. Whereas Eileen, it's from a religious standpoint that she's not connecting to that side of herself until certain parameters are met. So both of them are equally withholding. Kylar's right in the middle of them. So Brent Weeks creates this impossible situation where nobody's getting anything that they want. And we're all in a tense moment, basically.
Yeah,
I honestly don't like how much sex is involved with it. But
do you know who's in the most tense moment, though? It's Kylar's pants. That's the most tense moment.
It is a tent. If you were to go into Sportsman's Warehouse,
if you're going to
no
the
one
Cabela's,
could not see the tent. You'd see the tent.
It's the one
you're
up
right. It's a display for sure. It is the pleats.
So that's Vi.
I gotta go pee. Give me just a sec. And you guys confer on what you're going to talk about, because I feel like I'm talking this whole time.
You have been. Shut up.
I'm trying to, but you guys are just standing back. Danielle's 5
I was literally talking and you took over, but I was cool with it. I'm just saying.
No, I've been staying really close to the mic.
Is she close?
She has been. She's been good. She's been good. She's been good.
I gotta pee.
Yeah, go pee.
We talked about next?
Yeah, we talked about Logan. So because God King, Kylar. We have Logan and we talked about Jarl coming back. So just Logan and then call it good. I'm done.
Do you want to do or
I don't care. Lunch is fine. I just mean I'm done talking about this book.
I'm just trying to eat my calorie, like my bad calories as early as possible.
Mm.
So
Yeah. Son of a bitch. Did you guys have another piece of pie last night? No? Why not?
I wanted.
Did the boys? Oh, why?
By the time
you
I
thought of
worked
it
out
yeah.
and then had tacos, I was like,
yeah. Fair enough. We could have one after lunch.
Yeah.
But we're also gonna have a shake. Yeah. But we can split a shake.
Yes.
All right, so Victoria, all we have left to talk about is Mr. Logan.
Logan in the
So Danielle, do you want to talk about him or do you want me to talk about him?
Start.
Not you, Victoria. You shut your mouth.
I was just going to say we haven't talked about Jarl and Mama Kay's situation.
We did talk about Jarl a little bit coming to visit Kylar.
But nobody knows that Mama Kay's mentoring him.
Jarl is being mentored by Mama Kay because Jarl was Mama Kay's basically assistant. So it's similar to the movie with Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe. It is. Remember that movie? Oh man, I love the movie too. Where
it's just similar to Durzo Blit and Kylar, but okay, we'll go to a different movie.
No, shut it. Denzel Washington. Yeah, remember the movie where Denzel Washington's a drug dealer, and
oh yes, and Ethan Hawke.
No. That's Training Day. Oh. Denzel Washington is the drug dealer. His name's Frank. Deals heroin. Russell Crowe's the cop. Russell Crowe has a custody battle with his wife during it. But then Russell Crowe's trying to catch this heroin dealer. You guys have never seen this movie? Dude, it is so good. What is it called? Denzel Washington.
Anyway, so if you want to watch this movie, it's also airing on these
American
sites.
Gangster. American Gangster.
Oh, that, yeah.
You guys have seen that?
It's been a while.
Dude, that movie's so good. But what I was going to say is because in that, Denzel Washington's character, he is the driver for a basically criminal boss. But then he ends up running the crime gang after his boss dies. So it's similar to that, where Jarl's just an assistant to Mama Kay, because he started out being a prostitute, then became like an assistant and then an accountant sort of for her. And then he ends up being mentored to run the whole thing. The Sakage. So I was just saying, so that's where Jarl is taking steps to become the leader of it, of the Sakage, of the 9, because Mama Kay is getting older and they're going to need a new leader. And this is where, that's why Jarl ends up going to visit Kylar, is because he is becoming the leader of the criminal understudy. That's Jarl. Then Logan's in Devil's Butthole. Danielle, you want to talk about that?
Sure. So he chooses to jump into the hole instead of being captured because he was imprisoned when the God King took over. And he jumps down there, and remember, like, he's a big guy. He fought all the time with his soldiers and trained, and the people,
and he's the only one with a knife.
Yes, and the people in the hole, they've been there a while, and the only time they get bread maybe once a day if they're lucky. Sometimes they eat other prisoners that are thrown down there, so they are like emaciated, like not healthy. So he falls down there. He has a knife, and so he immediately like makes it known, like, I will fight for my life, like, do not mess with me. So they're kind of scared of him. There's one woman down there, and he befriends her because he's not, it's immediately like recognized, like, he's not like them, right? He's not a criminal, he's not right, they don't know who he is. He immediately says, call me king, and they're like, okay, call you, because they're a little bit scared of him. And it's just brutal. I mean, the guard that throws down bread, they piss on it and before they throw it down. It's
the only reason Logan ended up down there is because he was imprisoned, but then somebody working for the Sakage was going to get him out. Jarl got one of the guards, and one of the prisoners down in the hole has taken the intestines from all these other people that have fallen into the hole or who were previous criminals in the hole. And he has the ropes of their intestines around him, and he threw them up and caught the guard's neck and pulled him down. So there was no way that Logan could get out. And that's the only reason he dropped into the hole. So Finn is the one who has all of these intestines for rope. And so Logan has a knife, Finn has rope.
Yeah.
That's the only weapons, that's the only materials these people have.
Yeah. It's just... And so in the middle of this hole, there is another hole, the Maw, which is...
No, it's not called the Maw.
Whatever it is. There's another hole.
That's called Devil's Butthole.
Sounds great. And they don't even know
Sounds awesome.
like how far that goes down, but they know that people that have fallen down there, like, they've been there. So it's obviously they just die. There's no way out. And sometimes when the bread is thrown down, it's thrown purposely into that hole so they never get it. But Logan, again, he's a big guy, so he's able to reach out and catch the bread. And
there's nothing stopping you from going into that hole either.
Right.
So, like, if you get close to it, another inmate, another person could push you into there. So it's dangerous all the time. All the time.
Yeah. And the woman prisoner, Logan asks her, like, how do you even keep your sanity? And she says, you have to find something eternal and that your driver and just keep it close, make sure you don't lose it, and then you just have to do what you gotta do to survive. And so he takes that to heart, and when he catches the bread, he starts to share it with a few of the prisoners and keeps the biggest for himself, trying to sustain himself, but he does share, and he keeps some of his humanity that he's known. So it's just every part of being down there, it's the
Ugh, it's disgusting.
It's not even base human behavior. It's beneath that because of the fact that the guards treat them as they are less than human, because they piss on the bread and they will eat it feeling the warmth of the liquid of that person's piss going down their throat. Yeah. They'll still eat it because they have to, because they have nothing. I'm just trying to make it as clear as possible.
I might cut that.
Logan Jair is living a life that, and he gets to the point where a person is thrown in there to be killed by them. The guards sometimes will throw a person purposefully alive down into the hole because they know they're going to be killed. That's a death sentence. Because these people down here are so starved for meat. Imagine only getting bread. They're so starved for meat that they will rip this person apart. How did Finn get all of those ropes of intestines that he keeps wrapped around his body? Because they eat humans. And Logan, at one point, he has the leg of a person in his hands, and there is the realization that he can't see the leg, he can only see meat. And it takes them to a place that is so primal. None of us will probably ever experience in our life, but it's the kind of thing that you would see on Castaway or anything or Survivor, anything that's depicting where do humans go? Where do our minds go when we have nothing but survival to hold on to? And that's where Logan is taken. He has lived an affluent life of people loving him, caring for him, trying to help him, even to the point of kind of not telling him the truth because they love him so much, down to worse than anything we'll ever experience.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
And you have to figure out by yourself, by reading it, how it ends and how it all ends up connecting, because even like Victoria said, there's side characters too that are in there.
Yeah.
And there's some
Can
puzzles.
Kylar save Logan from the hole?
Yep. There's also Kylar's kind of god, the wolf, that you get to find out more about. Like when Kylar died in the first book, he went to this place and there was a wolf there that kind of asked him some questions, talked to him a little bit. You got to figure out what's going on.
We haven't even mentioned the magic too.
Nope.
The magic, what happens to Logan's wife.
Yep.
A lot to find.
We haven't even mentioned the fact that Gareth Ursul is one of the most magical, most protected by magic people, and what that magic is, how it works. It is, number one, terrifying. Number two, feeds off negativity, which makes sense of why the Caledorans are so incredibly evil by our standards. But to them, that's their god, and which god that is, you'll have to discover.
Yes.
It's so good. Again, there's so many dark parts of the book, but he does a good job. Brent does a good job of showing you the hope of why you gotta keep.
It's hard sometimes.
Oh my god.
It's the eye of a needle. Sometimes.
There's some characters that take themselves out, and you're like, I don't know what I would do in that situation.
Well, I think it's understandable though. When you're reading this book, you get the idea of it really makes you understand privilege. Like, how privileged can you be, right? And what does that mean? Like Gareth Ursul, he is privileged, extremely, but he's privileged in a negative way. It's gone in the negative direction. He's privileged with power that wants negativity, that feeds off negativity, I should say. Then we have Logan Jair, who his entire life, he's been fed off positivity. He's had some negative things happen, but not really. And then both of these people are encountering their opposites. And we're seeing what happens. We're seeing the fireworks basically that happens with the same level of privilege, but at different poles, polar opposites. And we're seeing what happens, who will win. And that's basically what the story is about. We're just seeing how these side characters, basically, if you want to know why your life is important, this book is going to show you what you choose to do is going to determine who you are and what you fight for. Whether or not other people understand that, doing what you know you're good at and what you are made for and where your heart is leading you to, people may call that negative, but it might be a positive outcome. And you don't know that. They don't know that. And so it's just like, you have to decide who you're going to be.
Like if you... No.
I think that's the thing. Why do we love shows like Dexter? Why? Because it makes sense. You're like, wow, there are these bad people. I don't have the stomach for it. I can't kill them. I cannot stab someone in the throat. I can't do that. I don't have the ability to do that. Do some people deserve it?
What
I think we can all agree. Kind of. Well, you said if you're a serial killer, and I'm just saying there are some outcomes, there are some situations where you're going, I don't want that person walking the streets. I have children. I don't want that person walking the streets. Who's going to deal with this? Who's going to deal with a person who's smarter than us, more capable than us, more powerful than us? I'm just saying, who's smarter than us, who's more capable, more resourceful, more powerful, more charming, convincing, conniving, more than me. And how am I going to defeat this person? Someone who's equally the same, but on a different polar scale. We always have opposites. And it's not an accident.
True.
That's all I'm saying. It's not an accident.
I agree. You can go back to Jarl's character, and the only reason that he had a positive outcome was because he constantly looked at polls all the time.
Oh my gosh. I love you, everyone. Thank you for joining the podcast. Have a great rest of your day. Whatever you're reading.
The next book.
Lovely.
This book was called
Shadows?
The Shadow's Edge. Idiot.
The next book is called what, though?
It's called Edge of Shadows.
Beyond the
Shadows. This is called Shadow's Edge. I just literally said it backwards. You're so stupid.
Just start it over.
This book is called In the Beginning. It's called Shadow's Edge.
This is called Your Pants.
This is called Pleats.
It should be on. Hey, your pants not on. Honey, where are my pants?
Pleated. This is called pleated pants. It's called the pants that pleat.
Unseasoned pleats.
Together.
It's called Beat the Pleat.
Oh my god.
the Jarl Young story. This book.
He's a basketball player.
This book was called Shadow's Edge. It's book number 2 of the Night Angel trilogy. We've only told you a very little amount about it. Again, there's more side characters.
Seriously, we've been talking forever, but there's so much more.
Yeah.
There's so much more.
Yeah, and it's not that much serial killerness, so
there's a lot of serial killerness in it.
There's zero.
So basically, there's tons of it. There's a lot of bloodbaths going on.
And the next book is called Beyond the Shadows.
All right, I'll read you the back of the book.
Yep, let's do that.
So Beyond the Shadows, it says Logan Gyre is king of Samaria,
wait. Don't read the back of that book. Because it's going to tell us stuff that happens in this book, and we're trying not to tell people. We've done this before, and we said, nope, let's not do that.
Do it at the beginning of the next podcast.
Yes, because it'll tell us too much about what happened in this book.
Okay.
We tried it before, and it was like, wait, we're trying not to tell people stuff, and then literally, because like in this one, it says that Durzo's dead and Logan's dead. And it's like, that's how this book starts.
Okay, can we just talk for just a split second, you guys?
Spoilers. Oh, don't spoil it.
Right at the end when it's like, Durzo's not dead. Were you like, shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up! What's been happening? buried? Where did he go? What's going on? What body was buried?
He said for old time's sake, he got one more chance. I was like, what the
I know.
hell,
I was like,
dude?
Drizzle's not dead, and you're like, what's happening? Okay, and I just want to say, you guys, Sister Ariel is a freaking strategist from
she's
the
badass.
gods.
She's badass.
She's badass because she knew. Okay, she knew. Right when she found out. And that's the crazy part. You read about it and you don't even think about this because of course he hides it from you. But V was compelled. And at the end of the story, we find out from the God King that it is so difficult to compel a female unless they have a connection to that person. So Sister Ariel must have figured it out. Oh, she must be the God King's child or offspring in some way, either grandfather or father. Then she was like, okay, the only way to break this is if that hold on. Compilation?
No.
Compelled? Her
compulsion.
See?
Her compulsion.
Compulsion? There you go. The compulsion could be broken only if she had a different leader in her mind, a different thing to follow, right? Kyler had those freaking rings. She had the ring. She knew Vi would come to that realization once the God King was so arrogant. She knew all of this and she knew it was going to happen the way it happened. And she was hoping, and that's why she even killed that freaking horse trying to keep. I was like, bitch, you fucking killed a horse out here, what the hell? But she felt bad about it, but she was like, I know that Vi has to get away, has to get to the God King, has to figure out that she's compelled by him, has to figure out why she is the way that she is and she's been treated the way that she is, and then form a new allegiance. And it will be to Kyler, it will be to ultimate justice, and it will lead to a good outcome. If this can happen, it will be great because she has so much power. Kyler has so much power. She knew this all the time. And you get to the end of it and you're like, Sister Ariel, you fucking bitch. And she's like, I know. And you're like, bitch, how'd you know? And she's so smart. And they said that at the beginning. They said she's slow, she's very patient, she takes her time, but she's very intelligent. And you're like, oh, bitch. I loved her. I loved her so much.
No, she's awesome.
Like,
she's seriously awesome.
I think she's the coolest character in the whole freaking book. I'm like, dude, she planned that shit out because she woke up Kyler. She remembered him from the bar where he was being a little dick, like, blah, 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 you're the. And Sister Ariel was like, whatever. Like, she doesn't even take the bait. She don't even take the bait when people are like trying to get at her. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I want to be like you. I'm not a fangirl of Sister Ariel. And then what did Durzel say? No. Who was it? Someone said take something to the forest and throw it in there.
The wolf said that.
What? Yeah. The wolf said throw what in there? Kurok? The sword?
Yes. Because then it would always be protected by the hunter.
I'm tricked out. Because that guy, do you remember when do you remember the scene happened where that guy, what's his name? He has like a Japanese Asian sounding name. Super sword master. He's been in tons of battles.
Yeah.
It's like it's like
And he was Logan Gyre's trainer and mentor and advisor.
No. Dorian. There's Dorian, Solon, and Fear.
Oh, Solon.
Pierre.
Pierre, yeah.
Yeah. No, not him. Kurok's. It's a guy from a different race.
Are you talking about the guy that ends up with Kurok?
No.
Yes.
The sword. No.
Yeah, she's talking about the guy that ends up with Kurok.
No, he does not.
He ends up with it.
No. What's his soul?
Fear has it.
No.
Yeah, Fear has it.
Remakes a sword.
No.
Wait. What?
No.
Danielle, they hit swords together. The sword master's blade breaks completely, but then Kurok somehow ends up in the hands of that sword master.
And the sword master was born with an iron sword, and he could never.
What'd you just say? That doesn't happen in book 2. Thanks a lot.
Kyler doesn't take it back. That's where it ends, Yelly.
Wow.
It ends on that story. Because Fear Have you read the
She's
third book?
through the third book.
Well, you guys took forever, okay?
I was done.
What? Did you say that?
We are supposed to be done.
I don't
anyway.
feel bad. I don't feel bad.
I don't
now
feel
that
bad
I said some
either.
shit about
You know
Game
what?
of Thrones.
Because I gotta go. It's been
2 hours.
How many hours?
2 hours.
I love you.
We gotta end this
I love you,
podcast.
but I'm not happy.
Yeah.
I love you, but I'm not happy.
Exactly.
You're supposed to be done.
That's a good excuse, actually.
Kyler takes it back.
you fucking
Whoops,
dick.
oh my god.
Oh, come
I
on.
love you.
Yes. All right. Let's get out of here tomorrow morning.
I love you.
8, 6, and 8. 6 and 8.
Did we end the podcast?
Writing. Yeah, we ended it. Thank you everybody for watching.
I don't know.
If you
I
liked-
love you.
let's do it real quick.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Have
you.
a wonderful day.
If you
Thanks
like-
for showing up. This
if you
is
could
Unseasoned Reviews.
Yep. Send a like, comment, follow. That's not it. Subscribe.
That's not it.
Whatever.
Yeah, follow
Thank
us.
you so much. Appreciate it. Next week
Oh.
we'll be talking about the third book of the Night Angel trilogy. That is called Beyond the Shadows.
Beyond the Shadows.
So,
You want to read it?
I love you.
yep. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye,
We
Victoria.
didn't read reviews.